Hi guys, I hope you're all keeping well and safe. Today I'm going to be talking about ways play can help a child develop. Yes, today's discussion is going to be all about ways play can help a child to develop. It's not new to you. I know you understand that play is a child's work. In the area of early childhood, children are playing and at the same time they are learning. You might be wondering, what can play helps a child develop? Play strengthens the children's fine motor skills, yes, which has to do with the children using their fingertips. For instance, if the children are coloring, if they are painting, if they are scooping, if they are mixing things together, they are throwing balls, they are using their fingertips. And in return, this is going to strengthen their fingertips. And this is what we call fine motor skills in early childhood. And this links to physical development. So when the children are using their fingertips through play, it's going to help them to develop physically. Now, let's talk about gross motor skills. For instance, if the children are running around, they are kicking ball and sick, this is going to in terms of the children's gross motor skills, and which will help them to develop physically. So can you now see that it helps a child to develop physically? Now let's talk about cognitive development. For instance, if you're engaging in discussions with the children, such as maybe during circle time, when you're reading them a story, you're asking them questions, this has to do with the children using their imagination. They are going to think. For instance, if you ask them questions such as, what do you think is going to happen in the next page? They are going to pause. There's a lot going on. They're using their imagination. They are thinking. Or for instance, let's say they are even playing with their friends during free play. Somebody is acting out as a doctor. So they have to imagine that they are a doctor at that particular point in time. So they imagine how a doctor behaves. If a doctor wants to give a patient injection, if a doctor wants to attend to a patient. So can you now see that through play, it helps to develop the child in terms of their cognitive development. Now let's talk about language development. Through play, the children are using what? They're talking to their friends, they're talking to their parents, they're using their non-verbal communication, they're laughing, they're giggling, they're smiling. So all of this help the child to develop in terms of their language. They're using what? Can you pass me the bowl? Can you pass me the spoon? I'm the mommy. I'm the daddy. I want my toy. Let's play with the toy. Let's do the puzzle together. So they're using their words and their emotions, their imagination. They're laughing. If they're running around, they're smiling. So all of this helps in terms of a child's language development. Now let's talk about emotional development. If the children are playing, they're expressing their feelings. They do this through play. They're running around, they're laughing, they're giggling, they're smiling. So they're expressing this through play. They're expressing their emotion through play. So can you now see that play helps in terms of emotional development as well? Now let's talk about social development. When the children are playing, they're in the midst of their friends, you the adult. So it's to build social skills. They're talking to themselves. They're learning to weigh their tones. They are sharing. They do this through play. So for instance, they're solving a puzzle and the other child is waiting. Okay, I'll wait for you to finish, then I can do the puzzle next. So you can see that through play, they are learning to take turns. They are sharing. So all of this up in terms of the children's social skills. Now let's talk about cultural development. Like for instance, if you're reading a story about culture, the children are learning different culture. They're asking questions about different culture. This helps in terms of cultural awareness. For instance, maybe they are dressing up in a different attire that is different from them. So they are developing cultural awareness. You can see that they are doing this through play. They go over to the dress up area. They just pick up a clothing, they put it on, and their friends, look, I'm dressed up now. So you cultural awareness as well. And in terms of the spiritual as well, when the children are dressing up, they try to find out about themselves, who they are, their identity. Okay, let me dress up and see if this is going to suit me. They dress their friends about themselves. And for instance, you're telling them stories about identity, who they are, your bodies. They do discussions with them about part of their body. So this helps them in terms of the self-identity. They start to know who they are. They start to identify themselves. Because see that play helps a child to develop holistically. So I'm going to encourage you as a parent, as an early childhood educator, ensure that you facilitate and extend the children's play, because through this, you can help them to develop holistically. Until I come your way next time, stay safe and mind yourselves for now. Bye.